So in the past year during the COVID lockdown, many businesses have been affected widely, especially churches. Churches have been only allowed to put 10% capacity in all services. Now when the mandate was lifted, two young gentlemen decided, you know what? I know they serve wine at church. Why not open up a bar? It's a crazy idea, but what would the name of this bar be?
Cocktails and dreams.
Hey, that's not a bad name for a joint.
I agree with you, Tom. We got an exclusive clip on the public's reaction. Take a look. So get there early because happy hour starts at 8 a.m. They have a full stock bar of Holy Spirits. And for you gentlemen who love the beer, they have a buy one, get one free special on Corona. Coming up next, Obasi. So my guest tonight is a talented recording artist to whom combines R&B, hip-hop, funk, and soul into his musical genre. He's also the brother of the late hip-hop artist Pop Smoke. Let's take a look at a clip.
I'ma go off, I'm sorry. Work like a horse off Lord. Really, I defeat my opponent. Get straight out of mouth like a lord. Stand when you see me in the V. Show mama she can see me on the TV. I had to put in the work. If there's a problem, we might put your man on the shirt. They say that they love you, but still throw your name in the dirt. I ain't got friends with them 50s and 100s who work. Hey.
Please welcome to the show, Obasi.
Yeah, no, thank you, bro. Thanks for having me.
You looked at me like, oh, because you looked at me like, oh, damn, did I just like cut off my girl?
Yeah, probably got it. Yeah, I had to put on my Wi-Fi. Yeah. You know I know you, right?
Yeah, you know what's funny? Here's the crazy. No, we met. I'm trying to remember when we met. When did we meet? It was at an event.
Reverb Nation show. Reverb Nation show.
That was at M15?
It was in the city of Reverb Nation show. You had Mo there. You had Icy Hot.
All right, first of all, yo, right now, let's give each other a hug and a bump because there we go, hug and a bump. Oh my God, bro. Yes. Holy cow, that's right. Well, now I know who you are, but I didn't know who you were related to because I think you've gotten to know me that it doesn't matter to me how big you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm about the artist. I've always have been. But that night was actually the best indie artist showcase I've ever had. The best one. It was like dope. I cannot believe, yo, this is a small world. You know we got to catch up soon. That's crazy. You know what the funny thing is? Your guy is friends of mine for years, which is John, six Starborn, Riley. That's my dude. So when I was talking with him, yeah, yo, it's family, bro. And this is crazy. And then the other person, Marie, hit me up on Instagram. She's like, I'm like, yo, I'm telling you right now, people in this industry, don't ever talk shit to anyone or about anyone because you don't know who people know.
Right.
It's crazy. But right now, bro, officially, welcome to FaceTime with Todd Wharton. Todd Wharton. I can't even talk. Let me do that again. Welcome to FaceTime with Todd Wharton. How you doing today? You feeling good?
Hell yeah, bro. It's a little hot outside. Had to make some errands, finish some errands for Mom Dukes, but I'm good.
A little hot outside, bro. I was walking down the street and a fire ant hit me and goes, yo, I need some water. I'm like, what? Yo, it's 104 degrees outside, man. 104 degrees. This is like Africa hot. Nobody's supposed to be outside. When you're standing outside and melting, that is the most uncomfortable situation in the world. The only time I want to be sweating that hard is when I roll over and I look at my girl. I'm like, yeah, how was that? And she's like, yeah, that's when you should be sweating hard. Other than that, nobody should be sweating like that. First and foremost, let's just keep it 100. My condolences, bro, to you and your family. From the very bottom of my heart, man, my condolences. What I really hate is when people say, yo, I know how you feel. Listen, unless you've gone through that, you don't know how they feel. It's good to love and still love, but don't start telling people you know how they feel. It's like when a girl comes up to me and says, and I got kicked in the groin. It's like, damn, I know how that feels. Listen, unless you got nuts, you have no idea how I feel. You just don't.
Yeah.
So I'm just keeping that out there. I don't really want to dwell on that because that's a tough subject, but we can get into a lot of fun stuff. First of all, growing up, were you guys always into hip hop growing up? Was this like a real passion for you and your bro growing up? And how did you actually really get started with this?
We grew up like in a household that always went to church, so we always had that soul. We had that R&B to us, you know what I'm saying, via church gospel. But I think yeah, when we started getting a little older, we traditionally didn't grow up listening to like traditional radio. You know, my parents had their set of songs. Anything we listened to, you know, via 106 and Park, you know, all those shows back then that were showing the musical, the musical, how do I say, what's the word I'm looking for? Expertise of certain artists. They're showing the catalog. Okay. There you go. Showing the catalog of certain artists. Like, you know what I'm saying, when 50 Cent first came out, you know what I'm saying, you got 106 and Park, all these shows, you know what I'm saying, in the early 2000s, you know, that we don't really have right now, but, you know, because of YouTube and all these other streaming platforms. But hip hop was something learned, you know what I'm saying? We learned that from the streets. We learned that from the people that we grew up with, you know, friends, you know, not so much family. You know, if it was family, they were as young as us. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we kind of just fell in there. No one brought it to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of like we were like sponges, and we just got it from different areas.
That's crazy. And I like how you said that hip hop had to be learned. Because I speak about this with a lot of the legends that I have on. I'm glad you learned it, because a lot of people, when they try to get into this particular genre, they don't really take the time to learn the real roots of what hip hop is. And I say it a lot in a lot of interviews, because honestly, it's really important, because the beats that you're doing today are passion from people that really develop these beats, where you're now taking it into your own and making your own music and understanding where a lot has come from. Because if people don't understand, I put hip hop because people recognize that under your genre, but your genre is more pop, reggae, R&B, soul, and hip hop all into one.
Right.
Like if somebody decided to, you know, put Tank and James Brown and Lenny Kravitz and Biggie Smalls all into one body, you got Obasi.
Yo, I appreciate that. That's an awesome mix of artists, to be honest.
You know what I'm saying? And which is really dope. Do you remember the songs that you performed at the GTC Indie Artist Showcase back then? Because your music was dope.
I didn't perform.
You didn't perform at all?
I was there on the Soul Fact, just a support. I was a support factor for one of my homegirls, Icy Hot, if you remember that name.
Yeah, I remember Icy Hot. She's mad talented girl. I'm hoping she's doing well. Yeah, she's got a lot of skills, that girl. Good luck, good vibes, which is great.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into you, bro. So 2020 obviously has been a nightmare, especially for musicians. How did you transition from being on stage, or pretty much being in your bed doing music? How did that affect your artistry as you were really starting to pop into this game?
It's a blessing and a curse. It gives me a chance to like fine tune my shit. It gives me a chance to like really understand me. But at the same time, you know, it was like, you know, we couldn't go outside. We couldn't have shows. You know, we couldn't do certain things that a lot of artists would put themselves like. We weren't allowed to do a lot of things that we would usually be doing if it was open. So it was a double-sided coin. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just took the chance to really evolve, like this Corona period, like the chance that, you know, the time that everybody's inside their house, I took this time to really evaluate myself, my music, my goals, what I really wanted to, you know, do in life, who I really wanted to be and become, just a chance, just a period of time for just learning and growth.
Right. Now, when it came to that, was this a real time that brought you closer with your family than ever? Because it's pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was weird for us, you know what I'm saying, because we got pop in the back of our minds, you know. So
Right.
I think it did, but at the same time, we were isolating ourselves because we were healing. But it did bring my family closer than we have been since I've been at school. Since Bashar was doing what he needs to be doing as as Pop Smoke, or as just a man in general before the Pop Smoke. So we've been going through a lot of stuff. So I think we have connected as a family a little more over this time period.
Yeah, and I got to tell you something, man. A lot of people, when they go through some stuff like that, I can't imagine. They go into a hole, like they disappear.
Right.
And you have to understand they go through that. You actually did something different. You put it into your music. The song that I used in your promo that you dedicated to your brother, bro, that song is like banging. Like, even though it's dedication, yeah, I think I listened to it like 8 times. And yeah, dude, it's really, really good. It's got a good beat. The lyrics are fly. Like, you can hear your voice. It's not just this. You can really hear your voice. And I have to say that because I really hope more artists to start using their own voice, like really use their own voice, because that is the only way that you're going to survive in this game, if you create your own voice. Because if you sound like everybody else, you're going to be a one-hit wonder, make a little money, blow it all, and then you're going to be back to doing what you're doing, and you had your shot and you blew it. So I think it's really important that you're staying in tune with your voice and the beats, which is really cool. I saw you did something with Ralph McDaniels, and Ralph's a good friend of mine. How did that go? It was like a Brooklyn tour, correct? You did something in Brooklyn.
Oh, with Ralph. You said Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph McDaniels.
Yeah. About, oh man, that man, he's a walking book of knowledge about music and music videos. Like,
Yeah.
He's so cultured and just such a dope personality and vibe. I appreciate him. It was with MTV. Was it UK?
I think it was MTV. Yeah, it was MTV UK, which was kind of weird to me because it's called MTV UK, but you did a tour in Brooklyn. So
yeah, because
I thought it was like London. What?
Nah, well, basically their, how do I say this? Their market is out there, you know what I'm saying? Their viewers are out there, but like they were trying to get a different perspective. They were trying to get different people from around the world what they were doing during this time, up and coming, or already on, And I was just so blessed that they had chose me because, Bashar Pop, he had ventured out. He was so far, out there with everybody, what I'm saying? He was out in the UK, he was out in Jamaica, he was this place and that place. And with that being said, he opened a door for these people to come to me, And with that, with even that being said, that pushed me into a different market, which led to, I have a feature with an up and coming UK artist, just things like, his name is Kadeem. But like, things like that. And that's all I can ask for, is that it opened the door and I be able to evolve and do what I can to build my musical brand and myself within the music.
Yeah, and I love that you're doing that. And you kind of remind me of the same grind that Vina Love has, Kid Capri's daughter. She made her own name, right? And you're making your own name, even though your brother was in it. You guys, like, I didn't honestly know you were his brother, right? And it's not a bad thing. It means you both understood you're trying to create your own lanes, right? You're always going to be boys, but at the same time, when you're growing, you don't want to be the shadow of each other, because that's the worst thing to get into. Like, I think what I hate is when people are like, yo, Michael Jordan's, son is playing basketball. And then they compare him to Michael Jordan. And it's like, yo, you can't do that. Like, you just can't. So your brother was popping, but you're also popping in your own way. And now you're starting to grow. And now TMZ's seeing that. Revolta's seeing that. Inside Edition, MTV. Ralph McDaniels is a hip-hop icon. I mean, I have to give it to him because Ralph is one of the people that really, really put hip-hop on the map. Like, he decided, I want to not only have people hear hip-hop, I want them to see hip-hop. And it was a blessing you got to work with him.
Yeah, definitely. Like, we had a little talk. I showed him around Brooklyn, Canarsie, and he used nothing but good vibes, man. Everybody on the set that day was definitely just cool vibes, and they all appreciated me. And, they were appreciative of what I had to say as well. And that's what made that experience worthwhile.
which is great. Now, there's something really cool about you, which I didn't know. You have an engineering degree and music theory, audio engineering degree and music theory. Now, did you get this because you knew you wanted to become an artist and you wanted to learn the backlog of the technical issues when it comes to music? Is that why you got this degree?
Yeah, that was actually second reason. The first reason is because I didn't feel like having a job. So, you know, my mom was like, yo, because I was auditioning for like The Voice and American Idol and shit like that. And I was getting to like the round right before everything, The Voice and American Idol. I would get to the process right before you would get that golden card to go to Cali and go to see the celebrity judges, and I just wasn't making it. I guess my voice wasn't developed enough, or so I was missing something. And then my mom was like, well, you know, you're showing dedication and love to this music. Why don't you just go to school? And it's either this or you work. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to school. Like, it was the best, and I don't regret it. You know, it definitely helped with how I want to sound, me knowing my sound, me being confident in my sound, and, you know, me being able to help others define theirs in a sense, you know, and just having a certain type of knowledge for the game and for music in its entirety. It allows me to, you know, it just allows me to be myself in music.
Well, you know, it makes you a better artist when you start learning everything that music has, from the boards to the sound booth. I mean, for me, I'll be honest with you, the reason why I'm able to do all this, all the promos and everything else out there, is because during COVID, I decided to take a lot of my money and take courses on how to learn how to edit, how to do this, how to do that. And now I have a better knowledge about everything that goes on in the TV industry, where I'm able to talk to the right people. Mm-hmm. And that's why I asked you that, because being an artist is not just you going in front of a mic, going in front of a camera, taking a paintbrush. Being a real artist is actually learning the colleagues that are going to help you grow what they do. Right. Because they're going to love to work with you. They're going to love it because you could throw your 2 cents in. And if something's broken, you don't have to rely on somebody else because you know exactly what you need. And that is huge. And I think a lot of music producers would love. And speaking of music producers, who are some of the producers that you actually have been working with on some of your albums? Because I'm kind of curious.
So I've been working with like just friends and stuff like that. A lot of people. Recently I've been working with this dude named Ecstasy. I also produce myself, so that's like another thing. So I've been working with like my boy Ecstasy. He's a part of VIP Music Records. That's a Latin-based company. So, you know, he's from DR, Dominican Republic. Shout out to all my people from the DR. You know, he's a dope producer, Ecstasy. I've been working my first project, Emotion Kid. I was working with my boy Lennox Montrose. Shout out to Lennox Montrose. He was in my school. Shout out to Hottie Hot Beats. Shout out to Fog Mob Music. Shout out to you know, Farley and the boys. Who else is there? Shout out to Ride 2 Times. Damn, who are some other people that I work with?
It's all right, man. You work with God, right?
Yeah, man. All these people brought by God, and like anybody, if I miss your name, like just know that you are important. Like whether, my boy Rain, oh man, he does house music. Oh man, I've been working with so many different people that it just blows my mind, because I feel like the underground scene is so underrated. Like we have so many great people, so much talent, and it's like
they're not being seen. We're not being
seen. Like,
I'll be honest with you too. That showcase I was doing, I did that for over 3 years. I kind of had to shut it down because of COVID. Most of these venues want way too much money now, and a lot of those events don't bring in a lot of money because, and I keep telling young artists that back in the day, when they did indie shows, you actually had to really come out of pocket right away, $300-400 just to get to play, right?
Right.
So when people ask you how you got to bring people in, sell tickets to get you to perform, it's not an insult. They're doing that because if 10 artists brought in people, what happens is everybody now sees all the artists. And I had one rule. If you're a part of my event, you come at the beginning and you stay all the way to the end, because there's a respect factor for your colleagues. I hate when people go to an event, they perform, because I actually think, I'm starting to remember, I might have spoken to you about this. They perform, and then they leave right after
Yeah.
their performance, not supporting the other artists. I think I'm starting to remember. I think I gave you a big hug too at the time because you were with a couple of other people as well. And that's one of the biggest things that bother me in this industry. People don't show each other respect. Even though if you may be better than people, you have to show love. And here's the perfect example. I met you, both of us gave each other respect. I didn't care who you are. You're just a cool dude, right? But if I didn't give you respect, here we are a year later, and Obasi's popping up the charts. And I'm going to turn around and be a jackass and be like, oh, damn, that's the guy I treated like shit.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's the truth. Artists need to support each other. It doesn't have to be money-wise. Just the support is just be there for them when they perform. When you perform, stay around. Hit them up. You never know who you may hear that you'd be like, oh, wow, this person's dope. I want to collab with them. Now, I've had a number of people hit me up this week, so I got to ask you this question. Is there any possibility that we're going to see Obasi on Summer Jam?
Yo, actually, I don't know if I'll be performing, but I might be out there. I definitely might be out there though. I don't know about performing yet, but if performance happens, you just know we going up. But if not, we definitely there for bro. Me and my family gonna stand by. We're gonna stand up. You know, we're gonna show out and we're gonna fill in that spot for bro. Make sure his music is playing. Make sure we turn up. Make sure it's a good time. So, you know, my mom's working on that right now. So if y'all going out to Summer Jam, make sure y'all, you know, keep them streams going up for, you know, bro. Make sure his album go up, and we're gonna turn up Summer Jam.
Well, even I think this year's Summer Jam, I think they're really putting together a powerful lineup because they want to come back hard. So I think some of the big boy ones are going to pop in.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you something. I did Summer Jam a couple of years ago with Fresher. I saw him there, and Fetty Wap. That second stage is no joke in the parking lot. It's no joke. You're talking 5,000-6,000 people in a parking lot cheering on the up-and-coming artists. So if you even get a chance to perform on that and then be able to go inside, backstage, and hang out with Chris Browns and all that, dude, you're in. That's it.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
I think I would love to see you out there, and I'm saying it right now. If you guys can, start posting on your Instagram. We want to see Pop Smoke and Hot 97 Summer Jam and tag them. Everybody on here, tell your friends, tag them. Because the more tags the Hot 97 sees, they're going to be like, wow, this is dope. This guy's following's really hitting us. Let's put him on. You know, I don't want you to be put on because of your brother, even though that may be in there. I want you to be put on because your music is dope. You know, and your brother was dope. Okay, let's cut the bullshit. He was amazing. He had this devilish sound to him, bro. I always tell people, when I listen to him, it feels like if the devil found hip hop, you know, really think about that. Even though he was God fearing, he had that voice where if you played a record backwards, that's the voice you would hear. You know what I'm saying? But it's so cool. But for you, bro, I would love to see you out there in that stage. I think you'd kill it. I really do. And I wish I had to connect like that. But there's a possibility I might be running press for Hot 96. Well, not for them, but FaceTime with Todd Wharton's going to be there.
Yeah.
So running that. So we got to get up. I promise you on that. So what are you working on right now? Because I know a lot of stuff you're doing, but what are some of the singles that you're trying to work on right now in the studio? Because we're back. What are you working on at the moment?
Biggest single right now is with me and my brother. I got 2 projects that I can release. I would just need to work on them, either mix them up or just have a master or whatever like that. But they're definitely in the works and almost ready to go. There's one more premature. There's a project that I worked on in Cali a couple of months ago while I was out there. I'm gonna call it Memories. Just my time in Cali, the things that I was thinking about, things that I've been going through in that whole month, the things that were on my mind. You're just gonna hear a bunch of, that story. It's called Memories. So the memory of me and on my Cali trip. And then I'm gonna have the coming out project that me and Six have been talking about, more R&B hip hop based. I got some things that I produced on that as well. But the main single right now definitely is a remix of one of my songs called "Need Your Love." It has my brother a part of it. He was on the remix. I got it from him while he was alive, like just years ago, and I've been holding on to it. So that's what we're working on right now. Those are the three main things that we're trying to just really execute on right now.
Oh, that's dope. I have to ask you, because Six is your manager, how did you hook up with John originally? How did you guys connect the dots on that?
Hey, if I tell you this, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it simple, short and
Sweet.
simple, but in a way that you'll probably laugh. All right, so. All right, when you saw me,
I was getting his girlfriend, and we just thought it was cool. He came in the room, and he's like, "Yo, you Obasi?" I'm like, "Yo, give me 5 minutes. I'm about to finish up with your girl."
That's aggressive, bro. That's aggressive. No, funny story. It's really funny. So he saved me, and I'm very appreciative. And nothing crazy when I say saved, but the situation was definitely not benefiting to me in the long run, and it just wasn't good. And he got me up out of it. There were some people that reason why you saw me that day at your showcase, some of the people that I was working with, they just started moving funny, and I'll be upfront because I have nothing to hide. And Six, he heard my struggle and he listened to me speak, and he heard the intelligence. He heard there was knowledge there. He knew that there was power, his words, not mine. And
I got you.
He just saw something in me. And ever since that day, we've been one. So Six is my guy for real.
Yeah, he's good people, and it's hard to find good people in any industry. So good job for getting on that with him as well. So besides music, man, come on, some of us want to know, what are there other things out there that you like to do besides music? Because we're trying to get to know Obasi, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a florist, right? You like collecting action figures. Like, what's up, man? What else do you like to do?
I like to act. I do people think it's serious, but I only do it because content creating. My TikToks and my little Instagram reels. I like to show that acting side. I used to go to school. A lot of people don't know, as I tried to go to college at first for theater.
Mm-hmm.
I like acting. I like being a character. I like entertaining. That's who I am. So that's something I do on the side, whether it be funny or just whatever the case may be. I like to act and showcase that personality, that character side of me. I like to play basketball. Sports in general, football, basketball. I played with a little soccer and tennis for a little while. I play instruments, so when I'm bored, I'll pick up my guitar, whatever like that, do my scales, whatever like that, only because I have to, that's one, but like also when I'm bored, like I just, it's something to do as well. So as a hobby, producing as a hobby, I don't do that seriously. I only do that as a hobby. But like lately, people have been wanting me to do that more seriously. So now it's on work side now. I'm on work mode with producing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like to have fun. I like to go out and chill with my friends. I like to smoke. I like to drink, not obsessively. But yeah, I'm me. I'm a guy. I'm a guy with needs.
Yeah. Well, I like hearing that, dude, because these interviews that I do, it's not your standard questions, man. It's about having fun. It's about getting to know the real person on the other side. Because I hate when I see guys like you doing interviews on some big things, and they ask the same 3 questions, and you're like, bro, didn't you just watch the last 4 interviews I did this week? Like,
yeah.
Did you see 8 Mile? Because you're saying the same shit that he said.
Oh, shout out to my boy Zelda Bean. I dance too. I forgot to say that in my hobbies. I be dancing a little bit sometimes. All right. But
Well, you want to know something cool, and I'm going to tell this to everybody watching. I'm in this industry for a while. What are the things that you're doing? Dancing, right? Acting. There's an importance to this. Because when you get on that stage, you want to know the ones that really last in this career. There's 3 reasons why you can last in any career. Number 1, you're always humble. Always humble, meaning that you could be a millionaire, right? But still keep the person you were before you got the contract and the check. Because that's the person that they signed, and that's the people that they want to see over and over again. Number 2 is entertainment. You took up acting, dancing. In order to survive in this game, you have to be an entertainer. You cannot get up on a stage, grab a mic, and just do that. They want the show, and you got to really practice hard, man. And honestly, not just being humble. Number three, keep your ego out. Keep it out, okay? Because nobody has room for the egos, man. Because the people that are constantly getting work are the people that people like to work with, and that's when money comes in. So, and I see you doing that, and I think it's dope. So the inspiration behind your music now, why did you decide to mix all these different genres into your music instead of sticking with just one? Were you trying to do something different, or is it always something that you felt that needed to be done in this game?
Excuse me.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, no. Honestly, the real reason why I just don't want to be put in a box, yo. And I feel like a lot of artists don't get to be themselves. Like, there was a time when, like, you can do anything you want musically. You know, it was real. You know, say you got music, you have bands, you have this culture that is like so undeniable. And now you have these people who kind of want to limit you, and that's kind of like not cool. You know, in the beginning, I feel like music, they wanted you to be the best. They wanted you to explore every possibility to make sure that your set or whatever you're doing is super elite. Now it's just like, okay, well, you're not elite if you don't follow these standards, and it has to be this, or we won't accept you. But then what if it's just like, there's a lot of whack songs I heard under these standards. It's like, yo, and that's just respectfully. There's a lot of songs that just are not hitting, and it's just like, we need change, we need diversity. So my best thing is like, why would I pick one when I can put all of those things into a track, you know, and make it something no one's ever heard, or not even that someone's ever heard, just something that someone can really vibe with, you know, that's not automated, that's not on autopilot, that's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about the game today where everybody's just dropping singles? Would you prefer to be able to drop an album? Because I'll be honest with you, I miss when an album comes out, 10 songs, and I can listen to every song. And that's what makes me love an artist, to be honest with you. When I can literally put my headphones in, I'm in the subway, and if the subway's stuck, I'm cool because I'm listening to an Obasi album. Are you down to more making albums or just dropping hits?
To be honest, I'm with whatever works. My thing that I will tell any artist coming is just make sure you have the money to back your shit up, because you don't want your shit going to dead ears. And that's my problem. Like, not my problem, but that's something that I'm very keen on. And I'm working on myself right now. That's why I work extra hard, because you have to have that money. And if you don't, like, you can drop things without the money. I'm not saying you shouldn't or you can't, but like, just know my problem at beginning, because right now I have a platform now, thank God. But at the beginning, my biggest thing which is why, and matter of fact, you know what, to answer your question, I do agree that you should make projects. Yes, I would rather projects, because when I first came out, that's what I did. I wanted people to hear me for me, you know what I'm saying? Hear it back to back and be like, there's a story here. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I do think it's important that you know, and I would personally come out with an album, and I think that's where I'm at right now. Or project, I don't want to call it album, mixtape, whatever, just a project, a body of work, you know? And yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Well, you want to know why I just said that to you? You haven't noticed that when people go on tour, unless they're dropping albums, they have to go on tour with 8 other artists. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. It's because if you don't have your own plethora of music, you're not going to get paid that type of money that you're actually really looking for. Yeah, singles you can make. But if you can actually hold down your own show, sell out an arena, then you, in my opinion, really made it. Because there are so many hits that somebody can make. And I'll be honest with you, maybe you too. How many albums have you listened to? And I'm not talking back at it, I mean recently too, where a lot of the songs that you listen to over and over again are not the songs that they're playing on the radio.
Yeah.
Right? And when you go to that person's concert, you enjoy the concert even more, because not only you get to hear the hits from the radio, you're going to hear the hits that you listened to in your bedroom when you were just chilling.
Yeah.
That's what makes a good artist, when you're making a hit like that, when you're making albums. Now, I have a question I'm going to ask you that I ask every hip hop artist because I had the honor of covering this event and it's historic. What was your reaction when you heard hip hop is getting its own pretty much rock and roll hall of fame, the Universal Hip Hop Museum that dropped in the Bronx about 4 weeks ago?
Shit, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know. But that sounds dope. I gotta go check it out so I can have an honest opinion. I don't want to speak too out of term, not knowing or seeing it. But I think hip hop deserves it. And if the exhibits and whatever they're showing in there is of quality, then I think it makes sense. You know, I think that's a big accomplishment. You know, Jay-Z just got inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Rock and roll hall of fame, correct. Mm-hmm.
That shit, like the things that are happening in life right now are just so like mind blowing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, I feel like hip hop deserves it, and there's more to come. And we need somewhere the hip hop culture can call its own, where we can see documented, documented things that happen over time. You know, in this genre of music. You know, I think we deserve to see where hip hop has come from, and not just on a Netflix original or in a book or some movie that they decided that they were going to throw together. No, I think that it needs a building. It needs something physical.
Yeah, but this thing's going to be huge. They were working on it for 10 years, and they just did the groundbreaking. So it's not going to be fully done, I think, 2024. But Fat Joe's involved, LL Cool J, Nas. There I met Chuck D, EPMD, Grandmaster Flash, and the list just goes on. And when people heard about this museum, it didn't. This is not just for the pioneers and legends. This museum is for every decade, which means if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get a little section in there for the 2020. I'm telling you, you keep doing what you're doing. When you're 50 years old, you're going to be walking with your cane like you're Chris Evans in Captain America and be like, oh, that was your grandpa. I used to rock that shit. That's me right there. Check me out, man. Yeah, I got down with Cardi B. Nobody knows about that, but it's in the diaries.
Oh, man, that would be awesome, man. Awesome. Our words wouldn't even explain. I would have the words for that day when it comes.
Yeah, 2024 when it opens, it's going to be an insane. I'm already set to cover it, and I'll probably be in LA by then. But it's going to be pretty amazing. Some of the people in here were asking if you're doing any tour dates coming up, or you got to be performing live anywhere. They should know about.
You can go on my page July 9th. I'm having a little spot. I got a little. I guess I could say set. In my homegirl. She's having she's throwing a show. Excuse me. I'm trying to figure out all the info in my head, but the information is on my profile, so you guys can figure it out for yourselves. I'll post it again. But the next show is July 9th in the city, NYC, baby. We here. You don't want to miss it. We have a lot of dope artistic people, creatives coming out. There's gonna be vendors and all that good stuff. So don't miss it.
That's dope. I gotta ask you, man. You got tattoos all over the place, like a lot of these artists do. You like ripping tattoos all over the place?
Nah, not crazy. I got. Shit, hold on.
Don't get all like X-rated and shit, man.
No. I got this one. You can't really. This is Scarab Beetle. The Halsey and I got like a pharaoh thing. You probably can't. It's so hard to see.
All right. Nah, that's dope. The reason why I'm asking, dude, you should definitely link up with Black Ink.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm being honestly, Ty and Caesar were more Ty. That's my dude, and I would love to see Obasi getting a tat in Black Ink. That would be dope. That's one of the biggest reality shows right now popping. I think it would be such a good look for you. I could definitely talk to Ty. I'm sure he's watching. But they're also doing an opening in August. They're opening a Queen store, and they're going to have a big event. So that would be kind of cool if you came out. I'm just throwing it out there. It'll be a good look because I know Nas going to be there. Fabulous going to be there. I think it's about time that Queens hears Obasi perform. And at the Black Ink with VH1, that would be off the chain. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there. Six is like, yo, man, why you selling my man on like this?
Listen. I'm no shit, bro. If it can happen, bro, I'm here, bro. Like for real. Like if you can make it, you can talk to them and they're interested. I'd love to be a part of that because I used to watch Black Ink. Not crazy, but I always like the drama. I always like the personality of the people there. And it would be an honor to get, you know, artwork on my body that would probably mean something to me by people who really do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of TV, I got to ask you this too. Have you been approached for anything with TV by any chance? Any shows, any networks, or anything like that?
No.
I'm surprised because I know that people are approaching you because of your bro a lot. Like, I know that your bro, that your blood, that you love. Does it get a little overwhelming sometimes when you're your own artist, but people are constantly coming at you for him? It's not an insult, but does it get to the point sometimes where it's like, listen, my brother was dope, but I'm also a dope artist too. Like, you can't come at me and try to get to my brother's thing when I'm standing. You ever get that vibe?
Yeah, all the time. But he's not heavy, you know what I'm saying? He's my bro. And I have to, like, you feel me? I just got to take that with a grain of salt. Every day I get up and I got to, you know what I'm saying? I just got to deal with the fact that he's not here and people are looking for something. You know, that's just a sad truth. And I talk to the people. I'm very transparent. And people who really fuck with me, they know who I am and they know that I don't stand for the BS. And they know that me and him are two different people and I will always love him. But yeah, you're right. You know, you're hitting it right on. You know, you speaking, you preach to the choir right now. Like, there are some people who will just not let it rest and will not see me for me. And then it does get a little bit overwhelming. It can get stressful. But that's why I just go back into making these TikToks, making these videos, making these songs, just to show the diversity, because at the end of the day, you will, if you don't want to believe it yourself, you're going to be forced, you know?
Right. Right. By the way, your TikToks, I watch some of them.
Really?
Where do you come up with, like, I write my skits. Like, I have, like, literally, like, 200 skits comedies that I wrote. Where do you come up with some of these dumbass things? Because they're hilarious. And I have to say that because some of the funniest stuff out there is some of the dumbest things that you've ever seen, and they're funny. Like, what do you just wake up one day like, oh, screw it. I'm let's do this right now. Like, where did it come from?
I watch a couple of things, I get inspired, and then I try and figure out what I can do, you know, that'll separate me, you know, but get me the views. Like, I literally don't have a game plan. I don't write anything out. I literally just think of a general idea and then I work upon it. You know, the first take might not be it, you know? The first take might not be it. But I'm not gonna lie. People who really TikTok, we know there's sometimes you might get it one take, but it's at least 5 to 10 times you're redoing that video. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like, the first time I don't catch it, but it's just initial thought that I work on, and I work on until it just makes sense. And then once I think it's funny enough, or the mission of the video is there, you know, the intent is there, I just put it out there.
Yeah, it's funny, man. It's funny. If you guys don't know, we're talking to Obasi. You can find him on Obasi. I think it's J Official, correct? Yep. On Instagram. And then, guys, follow me, Todd Wharton Official. I interview celebrities 5 nights a week, believe it or not. It's crazy. So before we go, Obasi, it's something I do with a lot. Obviously, a lot of people know I'm a civil rights leader. They see me on the news with Ben Crump, Keon Harold. I run New York City's Peace Concert in Times Square every year. So I'm a big person when it comes to civil rights. There's a lot of things wrong. White privilege exists, which I freaking hate because it's real, whether people believe it or not. What was your take when you saw the George Floyd verdict? Like, and be honest, like the money verdict, they won $28 million, which my boy Ben Crump is amazing. What was your take when you heard about the number of years that Shavon, that he's getting, the police officer, when they did the verdict? Exactly.
I mean,
pretty much.
After a while, I mean, I got songs you could check. You could reference a song called "Walk" off a Motion Kid project if you want to know how I feel. You know, just black man in America. You know what I'm saying? It's never. It's like year after year, something happens, and we say there's change. We go out there, we protest, and all these things. I wasn't happy, bro. I just wasn't happy. I'm not happy with a lot of things, and I don't need to watch the news or be too in tune to understand that it's going to be unjust regardless. And that's the sad part. You know what I'm saying? That you can close your eyes, turn off the TV, and you know that if it's white versus black, that something is going to go wrong. and usually it's the black person that gets the shit end of the stick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with that being said, I think that we all just need to do better, and it comes from, you know, my brothers like you, you know, and my other brothers that, you know, are outside of the black culture who have respect for us, you know, as men and women and as people in general. I think it's the duty as, you know, humans that we have to each other that we don't want to, because we're so comfortable. Some of us are so comfortable with the privilege. Some of us are so comfortable with the amenities and utensils given to certain people, you know, in order to live. But man, we could go on for days. I do not agree. I do not appreciate it. Sometimes I wish I had the remedy. I wish I had the thing that's gonna make everything go away and be better, but I don't.
No, the remedy comes down to how people feel in their heart, and hopefully they're not being raised that way, because most of these people, it's because they're raised that way.
Yeah.
That's why I get mad at more of the people that are raised them. And I always tell people, listen, the only time black and white should be fighting is on a chessboard, because when it comes to life, we should all love each other because we equals in life. On a chessboard, yeah, I'm going to get you, man. I got you, whether I'm black or white. But I always joke around, and it was in my speech, that I always tell people, I think racism is one of the biggest hypocritical, if not the biggest hypocritical thing on the planet, because if your sole mission is not to like somebody for the color of their skin, then why the hell are you going to the beach to get a tan? But then you don't like this guy for the color of his skin. That's what I try to tell people. Your logic does not make sense. Like, right. Now, if somebody killed your mom or your dog or whatever, it's not because of this. It's because that person happened to be a jerk. That's why you don't like them. But I'm glad you said that, because I like hearing different answers from all ages, because more and more people, in order to make this really work, it can never be a subject that's stopped talking about. You got to continue to talk in a mature way, not angry, because anger doesn't get you. It really doesn't. It just makes things worse. Yeah. And I feel that we should always be talking about it. I appreciate your answer, and I appreciate your look when I asked you that, because I had the same feeling, even though the media said it was a success. Yeah, he's going to jail for 20-something years. That's great. But you want to know something? It's not great, because he gets out when he's like 59 years old, which means he could live till 90. And my attitude is, so he gets another 30 years of life, 40 years of life to live. But what about the person he killed?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my thoughts on that. And at the end of the day, get to know the person, because right here, I'm talking to a great guy. It's got nothing to do with the color of your skin. You just happen to be a kick-ass individual, and I think you're dope. So I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, bro. I really do. And I try and be the example. I want people to know that it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to talk, because people sometimes, I'll tell you a story about myself. Like, I'm an Oreo, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of those kids. You hear it a lot. 2 black for the white kids and 2 white for the black kids. I didn't really fit, you know what I'm saying? And I want people who are feeling like me. And there are a lot of people who feel just like me, because it's not really black or white thing. It's just who's more educated than the next person. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit, and it's no shade. It's just, I'm a little bit more educated. I had a parent and family, mom and dad, and a house, you know what I'm saying? We lived a certain type of way. And you can only come up out of your perception of living. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't have that knowledge. They don't have that foundation, and it hurts. And it hurts us as a community, because you'll see it, when we have 2 black people in the same room, but our living experience is different, and it causes this tension, this confusion between us. Cognitive dissonance, if you would, where that this is my brethren. I know that this person is the same complexion as me. I know that this person may still go through same police brutality, same beatings, same whatever thing on the outside that I go through, but this person lives a little better than me. So the privilege is there, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm okay with that, because I'm not. And then it causes this tension in our own community, and it sucks, and it needs to stop, because that's how they're getting us. They're getting us off of the division between the people who got more and the people who have less, and it sucks. And that's not even just black people, that's everybody.
And you hit it on the nose, and that's why I asked you that, because I want your fans to get to know the real Obasi, that whether he's a celebrity or not, at the end of the day, he's still a human being. He's still got his opinions, and his opinions are right on. It's not about anger. It's about why. You know what I'm saying? Anger is just part of our DNA,
Yeah.
but it always comes down to why is crap happening, you know, and that's the way I look. Two things before we go. Number one, I thought about this for a while. I would love, and I'm just throwing it out there, I would love to see you do a song with D Smoke, who won that.
Oh, the show on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Out of all the artists I've seen over the years, that kid, hands down, I could see you and him doing a song together, top 5 on the charts. Easy.
That would be crazy.
Easy. Yo, I'm telling you, that kid is crazy talented. You know what's great? You having your degree in engineering and the whole nine, he also knows about that. Imagine putting these two powerhouses together that really know the back and the front and really speak the truth in their music and put a song together. That would be, I'm just telling you right now, I'm telling you, that's going to be hot.
That would be.
And so before we go, though, do you have something that you could tell a lot of these youngins, a lot of these oldins, something, a little inspiration that you can give them when it comes to this industry about not only but what you went through, but a little bit of knowledge that you can hand them, not the whole pot, but just a little taste on what it takes to get to the next level?
Chance favors the prepared. You understand me, y'all? Chance favors the prepared. And what I mean by that is that you need to prepare yourself. It don't matter if it ever comes. Like, it might not come today. It might not come tomorrow. It might come in 30 years. But if you prepare yourself, no one can ever take away the work that you put in on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You will always have that kind of, it's not an ego thing. It's just it's dignity. It's a little bit of pride, but a little, with a bunch load of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Be confident in who you are. Own that. Experience life. That way your experience can overflow into your writing, into your acting, whatever the case may, into your creativity. Allow yourself to be you and really blossom, really flourish, really learn that, you know, it's all on you. And you got to learn the business. The business is important. Don't just think you're going to be acting, music, whatever the case you be. Don't just think that that's it, because that's like this much of it. You need to understand what these people are talking about when you get into these rooms. You need to learn how to read a contract, even if you don't know everything verbatim. You need to understand what that comes with when you get into these rooms with these people. So take care of your business, take care of yourself, and chance will favor you.
That is a perfect way to end this thing, man. So, bro, you just inspired the hell out of me. Guys, thank you, Obasi, for being on tonight, bro. You're definitely an inspiration to a lot of people. Again, bless ups to you and your family. Praise always to the man above, because I know he's looking down and you would be like, listen, since I ain't down there, bro, it's time for you to step up and kick ass and show what our family's all about.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gonna save this live, right?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is, when this is done, give it about a week. It's not just a live. What I do is I'm gonna take your promo, I put an intro, a middle, and end it again, and it's gonna be a full show dedicated to you. If you want to check out some of the full episodes and everybody can look, go to FaceTime with ToddWharton.com or Todd Wharton Official. And you'll see all the promos, clips, and everything in the full episodes. And a lot of people I interview that you don't even know about, because there's some Coming to America interviews in there I think you may enjoy. So,
all right.
I'm just telling you.
I was checking on.
Definitely take a look. Once I have it up, if you want, send me your digits or something on IG so we can keep in touch. But I always go through, obviously, John when it comes to business, because I show respect to everybody. It doesn't mean we can still keep in touch. Send me your numbers through IG. I'll send it back. But yeah, it'll be up in about a week because I got to edit the whole thing, but it's going to look dope.
Most definitely.
I promise you.
And I appreciate it a whole bunch. Thank you, bro.
Not a problem. Listen, have a great night, and thank you for being on FaceTime with Todd Wharton, man, and be safe, all right?
Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
Talk to you soon, bro. Thank you to Obasi for being a great guest on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. I think that kid's going to have an incredible career. And of course, thank you to my live virtual audience for always tuning in. Guys, be safe, be well, and like I always say, if you're not living a passionate life, then whose life you live. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And while you're here, you might as well subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for more information on the show, go to FaceTimeWithToddWharton.com.
What are you doing in there?
Ma, I'm shooting a promo. Why you always gotta ruin my flavor?